Hi, Mr. J. I'm Jenna.
And I'm Mackenzie.
And today we're going to kind of give you a run through of what we have come up with so far for our TED Talk. Hello, I'm Jenna.
And I'm Mackenzie. And today we'll be talking about the farm-to-table movement that has taken the United States by storm.
The farm-to-table movement focuses on sourcing food from local farmers and producers, and this provides a gateway to healthy and delicious meals for the consumer, but it also benefits the local businesses by utilizing their fresh ingredients.
Today we'll be focusing on the idea of how farm-to-table has spread across our home state of Florida and more specifically the city of Orlando.
Over the course of our research, we have found a multitude of restaurants and local chefs that have adapted this idea and moved to incorporate it in their restaurant.
The farm-to-table movement is accessible to everyone, and it's not something that you have to go to the finest restaurants for or to travel far and wide across the U.S. to experience. Ways to facilitate incorporating the movement into your everyday life could be right under your nose.
An example of a local coalition devoted to the movement is East End Market. This is a unique neighborhood market that is set up right near school.
The market has a very unique setup. It features 10 local businesses that offer a wide range of ingredients and dishes that appeal to every farm-to-table foodie.
When you walk into the market, you are greeted with the smiling faces of the local workers that are proudly displaying their food for you to enjoy. Each business within the market has its own station, each one offering something different. From delicious juices to freshly roasted coffee to fresh baked goods, artisanal cheeses to prepared meals, the market has it all.
But the market doesn't stop there. It also houses a world-class restaurant that embraces the farm-to-table movement and incorporates the ingredients from the market located next door.
Chaco's Bass Kitchen is a farm-fresh restaurant that embraces the meals served, the act of sharing them, and the Bass traditions. Chefs of the Bass Kitchens, especially Choco's, take pride in the quality of their kitchen to instill upon the customer a great respect for the preparation and consumption of food, as well as provide an atmosphere for people to gather and celebrate the community.
Basque fare is mainly centered on understanding and appreciating the natural resources that comprise the dishes that we consume. The menu at Chaco's is seasonally driven by the chef's access to what the East End Market has available, be it vegetables from their garden outside or the sustainable seafood sold by one of the local companies that call the market home.
Bass Fare, East End Market, and Chaco's Kitchen are just a few examples of the farm-to-table movement in Orlando. There are countless other restaurants throughout the city that incorporate the farm-fresh ways of the movement into their menus. Fortunately, we have had the opportunities to visit, interview, and dine at a few of these restaurants in Orlando.
One of these local restaurants is located in Winter Park and is run by a power team of chefs, James and Julie Petrakis.
Both of these chefs have been nominated for the James Beard Award, an award presented annually for excellence in cuisine, culinary writing, and culinary education in the United States. One of their main focuses is sourcing their food from local producers and businesses. They pride themselves in only using ingredients that have come from a 100-mile radius of the restaurant.
Both chefs share a common passion for simple, straightforward, and seasonal ingredients. They pride themselves in having a menu that showcases locally grown food and purveyors, as well as reflects comfort food.
Both feel that if you have top-quality ingredients, they can stand on their own and create a lovely dish.
One of their restaurants, the Ravenous Pig, is my mom's favorite, and I have enjoyed many meals there. The Petrakis' love for simple, locally sourced food really shines through with their menu. The Gruyere biscuits they serve are to die for, and they have some pretty incredible desserts as well. And we're going to go interview Mr. and Mrs. Petrakis, and after that last dialogue from me is where we'll insert a short video of our interview with them.
And then we'll continue on with, but these two James Beard Award nominees are unsatisfied with having only one restaurant that embraces this farm-to-table movement. They are planning to open a new restaurant in Winter Park called Swine & Sons, which will come in 2015.
According to the Orlando Business Journal, the restaurant will specialize in takeout charcuterie, burger sandwiches, seasonally inspired ice creams, signature spices and rubs, homemade biscuits, and daily pastry offerings, and much more.
This establishment will focus on a Southern-inspired cuisine based on that of the popular Winter Park restaurant, Cask and Larder, which happens to be the Ravenous Pig's sister restaurant. And yes, some of Cask and Larder's famous brews will also be available for enjoyment.
Cask and Larder also carries the farm-to-table movement through with its menu and practices. The restaurant's idea pays homage to the legacy created by Francis Harper in 1929 during the Prohibition. All beers are brewed on site, and they strive to carry out the traditions from the time of the Prohibition by curing their own meats and canning their own preserved fruits and pickled vegetables. Along with seeking out the best quality local fish and shellfish, Cask and Larder has done an incredible job at transforming the farm-to-table movement into a modern and classy affair.
Whether it's enjoying the unique gastropub cuisine from Ravenous Pig or trying out the southern-inspired cuisine from the new Swine and Sons, it is no wonder that these two talented chefs are nominated for the James Beard Award.
James and Julie Petrakis are not the only ones creating a family of restaurants embracing the farm-to-table movement. There is another chef doing the same, and his restaurants are just a couple miles away.
Chef Brandon McGlamory is the chef and owner of Luma on Park Ave in Prato, restaurants located on the iconic Park Avenue in Winter Park. With the help from a talented group of chefs rallying behind him, he has managed to create two unique restaurants with very different menus but a very similar idea behind him. He believes that cooking is all about the ingredients, and knowing his food sources elevate his passion as a chef.
That connection travels from the purveyor to the chef to the customer through simple ingredients. His first restaurant, Luma, embraces a more modern side to the farm-to-table approach.
To ensure the doubtful customer that they are using products from local suppliers, Luma provides an extensive list of their local suppliers on their website. Most of these suppliers are from the Orlando area.
Luma's sister restaurant, Prato, is located just a short walk down the street. Prato creates a unique atmosphere by combining simplistic Italian practices with modern technique and seasonal ingredients.
Chef McGlamory did not create this empire of seasonally adapting restaurants by himself. Along with the assistance of Matthew Cargo, his sous chef at the time at Luma, he was able to transform his culinary vision into a reality. After ideas of opening a restaurant like Prato came about, McGlamory and Cargo set off on a culinary pilgrimage to Italy to find inspiration for the new restaurant's menu.
While in Italy, they experienced the regional cuisine and techniques and decided to come home and combine their newfound knowledge with the ingredients from local purveyors. And thus Prato was born. Cargo was an integral part of picking the farmers and producers for the menu at Luma, and he does the same at Prato.
Prato has a very unique atmosphere. Inside the restaurant, there is a unique feature along the right wall, a large map of Florida, marked with the names and locations of all of their suppliers. Due to the seasonal shifts in ingredients, the menus at both Prato and Luma have a disclaimer that their menu is subject to change daily and seasonally based on what is available.
I am a huge fan of both Luma and Prato. They are both phenomenal restaurants that incorporate modern techniques with seasonal ingredients. I also find the fact that they have a disclaimer warning the customers about the ever-changing menu is fantastic. It ensures the customer that the menu is solely based off of the local ingredients made readily available by the farmers. I will admit that it does get slightly annoying though, because once you find something that you really, really like, it never shows back up on the menu. And after that short dialogue, we are going to interview Chef McGlamory and hopefully Matthew Cargo as well. And here's where we'll insert that short video of the interview.
And then I'll continue on with, these restaurants are just a couple of local examples located in Winter Park. Norman's, a locally acclaimed restaurant in the Ritz-Carlton, is an example of delicious food created by Chef Norman Van Aken.
Chef Van Aken's menu features delicious dishes that are put on display in the James Beard Who's Who in America list award-winning restaurant. He is also internationally acclaimed for bringing fusion food into the culinary world.
Chef Van Aken's fusion style is based upon blending the flavors of Asian, Latin, Caribbean, African, and American styles into one cohesive menu. His blending has led him to the title of the founding father of New World cuisine.
Chef Van Aken takes a healthful and delicious fusion of local Florida ingredients and cuisine with Latin, Asian, and Caribbean roots and transforms it into his New World cuisine, something he is critically acclaimed for.
Chef Van Aken and his restaurant have been nominated for several prestigious awards. Norman's was a finalist for the James Beard Foundation's Best Restaurant in America. Chef Van Aken has been a James Beard Foundation semi-finalist for Best Chef in America. He is also the first and only Floridian to be inducted into the prestigious James Beard list of Who's Who's in American food and beverage.
We're lucky to have such a talented and widely celebrated chef in our local area. His food celebrates his unique style, offering a scrumptious blend of food. The unique rotunda-shaped dining room surrounds a center table with a see-through glass wine cellar. The food and atmosphere are both classic and timeless.
Last time that I went, my family and I enjoyed a different variety of delicious flavors and textures. Things like yuca stuffed crispy shrimp features unique tastes for the palate.
The various flavors featured in his New World cuisine provides an experience worth having. His blend of cultures into one cohesive cuisine is a trip around the world without ever having to leave the comfort of Orlando. And that's the end of the dialogue we have right now. But we also plan on interviewing the chef at the chef's table at the Edgewater in Winter Garden. And then we're also going to interview a